Hi guys, it's Sam here with Bargain Hunting Blonde, and today I am bringing you my 2024 wish list. Somehow we're already going to be in 2024 before we know it. I have a baby. That's going to be crazy. I'm very excited. But without further ado, let's dive into the wish list. So I will totally caveat this list with I'm very much going to be preoccupied with like being a new mom, and I have never had, like, obviously I've never had a kid, but as a new mom, but also I grew up in a family of 3 girls, so I am having a little boy, so that is going to be a completely different experience for me. So we'll see, if things need to change on this list. If this list is not really important, it might not be, but this is kind of what I'm looking at now, sitting here in December of 2023. So first off is I would like to get a quota bag from the store. It'll be 2 years in March. But if you guys have watched some of my past videos, you'll know I kind of went through like a lot of sales associates just because they were leaving Hermes. And so I'm with a great sales associate now, but I've only been working with him since July of 2023. So obviously we're still getting to know each other. He has gotten me some great pieces like the mini Lindy, but we'll see. So the quota bag I really want, and he knows this, is I would love a Kelly in a 25 or a 28 in a light blue color. I'm not super picky on hardware color, but if I had my like ideal bag, it would be in gold. So like blue broom in gold would be great. Blue payal with gold hardware would be great. Blue glacier, again, gold hardware, great. But I would also take silver hardware. So that's actually why he had picked out that mini Lindy for me, is because he knows that's the color I want. And so he was like, I know this is not the bag you want in this color, but like, I know you love this color, which is true. And so I very much love that mini Lindy, but I'd like to see it in a Kelly. So that is like my number one wish at all of Hermes. I don't mind that I didn't get a quota bag last year. Quota bag doesn't appear the next year. It's fine. One quota bag appears great. 2 appears great. Like I'm not, to me, I'm not bound by the buying a quota bag in store because I don't mind buying on the pre-loved market. So next is another kind of more quiet luxury piece, and that is the Piana extra pocket pouch in the L19 in a neutral-ish color. So I don't necessarily want black. I'm not really a black sort of handbag person. I say is like, you can see that Fendi Mini Peekaboo is black, but certain bags I like in black, but in general I'm more of like a tan brown person. So I would like it in more of a neutral color. I think they do some really pretty browns. I know this bag is also going to be really hard to get because Piana doesn't make a lot of them. They're hard to get and they don't really allow like a wait list. So you kind of have to just like happen upon it or have a really great essay. So I do have some essays who are looking out for me for it. It just has not appeared. So hopefully it'll appear in 2024. Another piece that I want is a Cartier watch. So I was thinking that would be a great 33rd birthday present for myself. I'm not sure if I buy it pre-loved or if I would buy it new. It really just depends. I do prefer silver, like kind of big chunky silver watches. And you'll know that my Hermes watch that I have is a little slimmer. It's the Cape Cod style and it is sterling silver. I think there's a sterling silver. It might not be sterling silver. It might just be a silver color. And then I do have the mother of pearl face with the diamonds in it. So I still kind of want to stick on the silver spectrum because it goes with my white gold rings. But we'll kind of see. I haven't really gone and tried on a bunch of stuff in Cartier. And so like, I'm not sure which watch I would want. I just kind of want watch for my 33rd birthday. My whole family's really into 3s. And so like 33 is like very exciting. I feel a little bit like Taylor Swift with her 13, but we just like 3s. Next up is another bag, and that would be a row bag. So I have been looking at the row bags, like the Parker tote, the Margot, like satchel, I guess you could call it, and their leather looks amazing. And like, I am totally a leather person. So they're very understated. They're very quiet luxury, but the leather just calls to me. Like the ocean calls to Moana, as I like to say. And so I really would like to try one of their bags. I do think I'd probably go the pre-loved route, depending though if it's going to be under retail or not. I know when some of their bags get really popular, pre-loved, they're more than retail, and I don't want to pay more than retail. on the Preloved market, especially for a brand I've never tried. So we'll see how that shakes out, but I do like those bags. I also would like to get, and most of these are bags, as you guys know, I'm a bag person. I'd like to get, I think you pronounce the brand Des Milliers, their Vancouver bag. It's their crossbody version. I have been eyeing this bag for like a year and a half now, and they have sales, they've had great sales, and I haven't pulled the trigger because I cannot decide on a color. Like I said, I'm not a black bag person most of the time, but they have so many nice neutrals like grays, browns, taupes, beiges. So I just kind of like eye them, and then I'm like, oh, this color. And then I'm like, oh, no, not that one. And so I'm hoping this year that I'll pick one. I'd like to do the bag. I believe it's right around the $500 mark. But if you are getting it on one of their sales, it's under $500. So I'd love to do it for my luxury bags under $500 series that I do. And talk to you guys about it and compare the leathers. They have a variety of leathers. They have some that look more like a box, and then some that are more pebbled. And then they also do them where they're, you know, different materials. So I'm not sure which one I'll go with, but I would like to try out one of their bags this year. And I know that's not necessarily like some of these other price points, like it's not a Birkin or a Kelly price point, but to me that doesn't mean it's not luxury. So, and maybe it'll come in like beautiful packaging, like I don't really know. Have not had any of their bags before. Then next, like I said, guys, I am on a quiet luxury sort of kick. It's mainly because I love the leather. I'm really into the leather. And so I would like to get the Celine 16 bucket bag in the full size, not the teen size, not the smaller size, in either the black or the kind of cognac that they do, both of which are more of like a box-ish leather. They're just beautiful. I just look at them and I'm like, you are such a beautiful bag. I love Celine. This is actually one of the newer Celine styles that I like. And the 16 style is not actually that new. I just feel like they've kind of gotten really trendy with some of their bags. Not that it's a bad thing, but like the Ava is definitely playing on the trend of the late, 1990s, early 2000s small bag. And a lot of times they say like Celine very big on the side, which I don't have an issue with brands that are more branded. I mean, like, hello, like my multicolor bag sitting right there. That doesn't bother me. It's just like at the moment, that's not really the vibes I'm feeling. So I am kind of liking some of these older Celine bags, which, allows you sometimes to be able to find them for less than retail, which we love. I love finding a deal. And then lastly on my like for sure wish list is I would like to get a Birkin 35 Preloved in a dark color. So like a dark navy, like a blue nuit or a noir. I'm not super into black bags, but I feel like a black Birkin is like so classic, or like a really dark chocolate brown. I would really love. I think I would prefer gold hardware on those colors. But again, like if I'm seeing a really good deal and it happens to be palladium hardware, I'm not going to turn it down. And I have kind of seen a trend where like Preloved luxury is not selling for a lot. I mean, they're still expensive, don't get me wrong, but they're not selling for necessarily over retail, especially in the 35 size. So I'm hoping I could potentially find a deal there in my, potential late night shopping as I'm up with baby. So we'll see, because, with the time difference, especially because I like to buy from Japanese resellers, like being up in the middle of the night is not necessarily bad because that's when they're putting all their stock online. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to think of positives for the potential lack of sleep that I'm sure is coming my way. But I'm, again, excited. I know that's just part of the stages of life with kids. So I'm as ready for it, I feel like, as I can be. But I feel like you're never fully ready for kids. And then lastly, the maybes. So I do have two maybes on this list. One is a bag, another bag, and then one is actually a piece of ready-to-wear. So I find ready-to-wear is really hard to put on the wish list because you don't know what's coming a lot of the times, or you'll see things on runways, but then they aren't produced. And so that it's really hard to like get your hopes up and then like, oh, that was a runway only piece. So I would love to get an Hermes cashmere or cashmere wool blend coat. There was a piece last year that my SA really hunted for. I really appreciated that. But they only ended up purchasing it for Europe. and it was this really beautiful wool cashmere light blue coat, and I just loved it. I wanted it so badly, but they didn't get it in the US, and Europe was not willing to ship it to us. Like no US store bought it. So I'm hoping to find a good cashmere coat that I like, that's the right color that I want, but TBD if that ever comes out. And I'm willing to wait on that because Hermes coats are expensive. And then my second maybe is actually part of the Louis Vuitton denim line, and it is the bum bag. So I do not love the new style of the bum bag in the monogram, but for some reason when you see the denim, and I love the denim, I love the Louis Vuitton denim line, and then you take off that stupid luggage tag on the front. I apologize to anyone who might like the luggage tag on the front, but I do not. I actually think it's a really cute bag, and I think it'd be very practical as a mom to be able to be hands-free with that denim bag. So I'm considering it. I really would like to see it in stores before I had to purchase it, but we're kind of at the point where like I would need to pre-order it, and so that's why it's on the maybe list, because I'm not really sure I want to pre-order it. Like I said, don't like the look of the new monogram, and I've seen the new monogram in store because they opened a new boutique where I moved, so like I'm very close to a Louis Vuitton, but I don't know. So those are kind of my two maybes that I'm like really unsure about, but I'd love to know what's on your wish list for 2024, even if it's not luxury. Is there something you're really hunting for? You're hoping to buy a house, a new car? I mean, I know that all those are giant expenses that I've had to do in like the last couple of years. So I know those definitely can cut into the luxury budget, but I'd love to know what you're hunting for. Please feel free to comment down below or DM me. If you want to see how I style my bags, please make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and my blog, all of which are linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.